Good morning, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I welcome you all to our meet today. Our club thrives to empower members to ace their communication and leadership skills. If we have any guests today, please do make sure to connect with me or any of the club officers so that we can enlighten you with the power of Toastmasters. Please leave in your contact details, and I'll get you added to our WhatsApp group. Please note that we are here to learn from each other and inspire each other. There is no judging. There is no one to comment on you. Before we proceed the meeting, there are a few ground rules that I would let you know. The first is that we please be on mute if you are not speaking. Please be on camera and encourage our speakers. And if you have to move away, kindly switch off your camera so that we are not distracted. Last but not the least, please be respectful when you are talking on any controversial topics so that we do not hurt the sentiments of any other listeners. We will be recording this meeting that would be used by the speakers for self-reflection, and it will also be used for any marketing purpose. Today, we are taking the Toastmaster Merry Way, which basically means there is no agenda and we will be going with the flow. There is more on this meeting flow would be shared by our Toastmaster of the day. A little bit about our Toastmaster of the day. She's our VP, a veteran Toastmaster with decades of Toastmasters experience, and my mentor too. She has been practicing medicines for a few years, and she will be leading us as we proceed on with our Toastmasters meet today. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming our host for this evening or morning, Toastmaster Mary. Toastmaster Mary, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Presiding Officer, Toastmaster Shihas, and thank you for opening the meeting. Today we have a very unique meeting, which is no agenda. So it's free for all. We spend time together talking, chatting, sharing, bantering, reflecting, pondering, all of those things that we need to do when we start the new year. 2024 seems to have started on a very optimistic note, I would say, even as COVID is resurging in Asia. But we still look forward to the year ahead because now COVID is something so treatable. We can deal with it. I'm dealing with it with so many patients, with successful outcomes, and we can move on with our lives, hopefully like pre-COVID. With that note, I have taken health as a very important aspect for 2024 and today's meeting. Therefore, the next segment is all about good health. As doctors, we are busy in disease care. We want to change that to health care. So that's where I'm spearheading. It's my advocacy and my mission to hopefully bring disease care to healthcare. I would like to first call upon Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Lisa Thompson, who is going to share with us, as she said, it will be a preview of my book review that is coming up. And she will share with us also about her club, Kidney Stories Toastmasters Club. And she's going to share a little bit about her story as well. Let's listen to it. It's going to inspire somebody in this room, I'm very, very sure. Lisa.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mary. It's a pleasure to be back to your club once again. So I was honored to be asked to talk about my kidney journey and my kidney specialty club. So 5 years ago, I received the gift of life. I had been looking for about 6 weeks using a website. And during those 6 weeks, I received 32,600 views of my story. And my story was pretty simple, that I was leading a great life. I had been a speech pathologist for 40 years, an environmental activist, and a wonderful member of the community. and yet I needed help. For all my life, I had been the one to give help. And so asking for help was very hard. But I rose to the occasion because I had to. If I had not found a living kidney donor, I would have faced dialysis. And I was not a good candidate for dialysis. In fact, the dialysis center had told me my best solution was hospice because they never believed I could find a living kidney donor. But in 6 weeks, with the use of my website, and because my partner shared my story with 300 contacts from his email list, I found my kidney. One of his friends came forward and said, if this is real, I'll do it. But he wasn't a match. And you can't get a kidney that's not the best match. So we entered paired exchange, and my kidney was flown from a stranger in California out of UCLA. I didn't know who she was, and they told me I could not contact her for at least a year. And after that year, I started sending letters, and she had been sending letters all along. And finally, at 18 months, because of my team at NYP Weill Cornell and her team at UCLA, our letters were intersected. And because of Mark Scotch, a wonderful donor, he was able to set up a meeting for us that was filmed by USA Humankind. That was my DTM project and has been seen by over 250,000 people. And it serves as an inspiration to living kidney donors as well as to people in need of a kidney, that it's possible to find one. As a result of finding my kidney, I wanted to help others. I was coaching 400 people through the National Kidney Registry, and I thought by having a specialty Toastmasters club that it would help these people to have a voice and to be able to use their voice to say the hardest words, help. And after getting the kidney, the hardest words are thank you, because there's never words enough. So tonight, it's my pleasure to share with you an invitation to our club, Kidney Stories Toastmasters. We meet the first and third Sunday night of the month. Mary will put my email into the chat, and I look forward to you listening to her story about how Louise Hayes views the kidney connection to emotional wellness. Back to you, Mary.
Thank you. Thank you, Lisa, for
You're
sharing your story as well as sharing your club story, where your purpose, mission, and vision has been put together as a Toastmasters club to help people in the same situation. That's really a noble cause, using Toastmasters to reach out to the people. As you have said, how difficult it is to get an organ, a donation, a donated kidney. And that's so critical for someone who is having end-stage kidney disease, ERSD we call it. So thank you very much, Lisa, for the participants, for the attendees who are here. Please take note. I've put the address of the email address of the Toastmasters Club. Please communicate and have a visit them and see how you can help, maybe, or how you could help someone or even yourself. Always do a renal function test. Let me promote that one while I'm here. It's very critical that we all go through an annual renal function test to make sure that our kidneys are in order. Because many a time it is insidious. No one knows that this is going on inside. So it's insidious. You have to go do a test to find out your creatinine, your urea, and the rest of the parameters for kidney function. Let me get to the next segment where I'm going to speak about the emotional connection of diseases. When we talk about our human psyche, our body, it is the mind, the body, and the soul. Now, if all three are aligned, we will find a healthy individual. The difficulty that society is having right now, the collective consciousness, is that these three are misaligned. The moment it is misaligned, we are talking about dis-ease, what we always say, disease. Now, I have this book and I use it for my patients. I'm going to show you the book because I really hope you would get this book because it will help you to understand your emotions. Now, this is the book. It's written by Louise Hay. You Can Heal Your Life has been around for, I bought the book back in 2010, so I think the book is around for quite a number of years. It says here 39 million copies, but at the moment it has sold more than 50 million copies. A lot of doctors are using it with 90% success rate. It's written in the book, this is not my quote. It's written in the book that 90% success rate is achieved when you have this as part of your adjunct therapy. Adjunct meaning you take your medication, you see your doctor, you get your specialized treatment. At the same time, you are healing the emotions that have caused the condition that the person is having. All right, so this is what I'm going to talk about today. This book has met with a lot of success simply because we are not individuals who would share our emotions to someone else. Never mind someone else. We don't even look at our emotions within ourselves. How many of us actually sit down when you're angry and think, why did I actually get angry? Remember, anger is just the tip of the iceberg, and there are 200 emotions attached to anger. Now, if you can just sit down and reflect, why did I get angry? You may find things like disappointment, rejection, resentment, regret, you name it. There are about 200 emotions behind the very simple thing of shouting at someone and getting angry. I'm going to go back to what Lisa shared with us. She talked about kidneys. Let me tell you what is the emotion attached to a kidney condition based on the book. Kidney problems, any one of them, there's so many a person can have, is due to criticism, disappointment, failure, shame, reacting like a little child. We all have this what we call the inner child, and we always need to heal the inner child because that inner child has faced a lot of trauma, childhood trauma from home, childhood trauma from school. Do I even have to start the kind of trauma that we go through in school? So this is what kidney issues are related to. And how do we overcome this particular emotion? Of course, number one is therapy. You go see a counselor, a therapist, a psychologist, and then you speak it out and process the emotion. You need to process that emotion so that you can heal it. Now, how do we do that? Some affirmations are given here. Number one, tell yourself it is safe to grow up. Number two, only good comes from every experience in my life. Number three, divine action is always taking place in my life. It is very helpful in any disease condition to have a connection with your maker, the divine supreme consciousness, which in English we normally call God. You can say it in any language, it means the same thing. And I think in Indian, you call Deva, is it, Pramod? Devam, Deva, right? But it means God. Whatever religion you use, the words still tie back to our maker. So that is what we always encourage, because we are spiritual beings on a human journey. So we always must be in touch with our maker. So that's all about kidneys. Actually, there are about 200 diseases mentioned in this book. You name it, it's all there, and it tells you what is connected to which disease is connected to which emotion. Does anybody have any question? Do any of you have questions? I would like to take, maybe you want to know something about one of the diseases here. Please throw your questions. I will answer.
Do we
Wow.
ask them or do we put them in chat?
Please ask your questions. GJ, you have a question? Please ask.
Of course.
Diabetes, all right.
Good.
Diabetes. There's too much bitterness in your life. So what? Yeah, there we go. Diabetes. Longing for what might have been. A great need to control. Deep sorrow. Bitterness. There is no more sweetness left in life. So those are the emotions connected to
You know, I just want to add, Dr. Mary, that diabetes and hypertension are two of the leading causes of kidney disease. So if
Yes.
you have either of them, it's even more important that you have your levels checked. Like Dr. Mary was saying, your creatinine, your GFR, it's a simple blood test. And if you can know what your numbers are, then you know what stage you are at. And then you can go about not just treating your emotional state, but also treating your physical state, because it may take a long time to fix your emotional state, but in the meantime, you want to take the best care of your body that you can. So
Absolutely.
it's really important that you know your numbers. And a lot of times it's a simple diet change or adding more water or adding more exercise. And knowing your numbers are going to help you so much. So it's really
Yes.
important that you get it checked.
Absolutely. The emotional part of it that I'm talking about is adjunct. So always remember, you need to know, see your doctor, your body. You need to address your body. At the same time, adjunct. Simultaneously work on your emotions, because they really work. It really works. We have had very good results when emotions are addressed, either by meditation, by inner healing, by inner child healing. There are many ways to do it. And it's always worked. So the question here was diabetes, longing for what might have been, a great need to control, deep sorrow, bitterness, no sweetness left. So how are you going to address that? What you're supposed to do is to feel that every moment is filled with joy. I know that is tough, but that's a mindset change. And one more. I now choose to experience the joy and sweetness of today. It's all tough. I'm telling you, when you want to make those affirmations, you're changing your mindset, it is tough. But the key is to make that change, to have that limiting beliefs removed and understand more what life is all about. Any other questions before I move to the next segment?
Yes, I want to know the emotions to another disease. Gallbladder disease, please.
Gallbladder, bitterness. Some of them are so common, I know it by heart already. Gallbladder. Yeah, there we go. Bitterness. Number one, bitterness. Number two, hard thoughts. H-A-R-D, hard thoughts. Number three, condemning nature. Number four, pride. So gallbladder, gallstones, cholelithiasis is about bitterness, hard thoughts, condemning nature, pride. Now, how do you release that? You need to tell yourself, there is joyous release of the past. Number two, Life is good, and so am I. Life is good, and so am I. The earlier one was, I repeat, there is joyous release of the past. 99.99% of people in the world reminisce and think about the past more than the present. Yes, there's a reason for that. Even at their deathbed, people regret the things they did not do. If we can just eliminate that and live in the present, live in the moment, a lot of things can be resolved. Any other question before I move
Thank
on?
you.
Thank you, GJ. Anybody else? Hypertension. I think that's something that most of us have. Most people have. Hypertension is taking life too hard. Yep. It's considered a vascular problem, a blood problem. I'll give you one example of a blood problem, which this is my own observation. A lot of people are estranged from their families, all right? And we all know that blood is thicker than water. Now, if a person has a blood disorder, vascular issues, blood vessel disorder, or even hypertension, check out the people in your family that you have not forgiven. Check out the people in your family you have not spoken to. You resolve it, you will resolve your hypertension. I've seen that in quite a number of cases. It's so easy to ask that question and so easy to get that answer. Are you not talking to someone in your family? Some of them just cry. They don't answer me. So I find ways for them to reconcile, either reconcile within themselves or reconcile with that person. Because sometimes we may want to talk to someone, but they don't want to talk to us. So what do? We need to reconcile that whole estrangement within ourselves. And maybe divine timing, you will be able to reconcile with that person. Any other questions?
I have another one if you allow two from one.
Sure. We have a no agenda meeting as long as we finish it at 9:30. I'm
Okay,
sorry,
great.
it's your time. Yeah. Karen.
How about low white blood cells?
Okay. Low white blood cells. That would come under neutrophils. Low iron. Any diagnosis?
Well, last time I went to the
just
doctor,
that.
they said I had slightly low white blood cells. So I asked,
If I'm not mistaken, I had someone who had this, and I think it was inability to fight for yourself. Yeah, correct. Inability to fight for your rights, inability to fight for yourself. Like you are stuck and suppressed, that you want to do something, but you're unable to. Yeah, that's what it is. Because what does the white blood cells do? They protect you. And if they can't protect, they're fighting to protect you. Yeah, inability to fight for yourself. Same goes for autoimmune.
Thank you.
You chat with me later, GJ. We can talk about it.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Anybody else? Yeah, sorry.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yeah. Anybody else before I move? Looks like there's no one else. We're all
What
healthy people.
Maybe I know it's not a disease, but migraines or headaches.
Headaches. Okay. I was reading about headaches a few days ago. Please do get this book. It really helps. For fever, I use it quite often for fever. It is angry with someone for fever. So the body temperature goes up. Okay, headaches. Invalidating the self. Self-criticism, fear. And how do you resolve that? I love and approve of myself. I see myself and what I do with eyes of love. I am safe. Shanda, you can also get in touch with me. I'll elaborate on this one. Yes, Lisa. Shanda, are we good?
Yeah, thank
Just-
you. I got goosebumps radiating through me right now because it really touched me, and that's really kind of where I am right now in life.
Where do you get your headaches? Is it a migraine or is it a headache?
I get both, and it's been a lot lately. Sometimes it's in the front and sometimes it's in the back.
Okay. If it's at the back, check your blood pressure. How is your blood pressure?
Last time I checked, it was okay.
No. What's the number?
130/80.
Okay. The new guidelines is 110/70. The new
Oh.
guidelines. Yeah. So
I
you
feel
may
like I'm
want
gonna
to chill
pass
a bit.
out when mine's that low.
I'm sorry?
used to having mine higher. When I'm like 110/70, that's when I feel like I'm gonna pass out.
Okay. So you need something higher.
Mm-hmm.
Each body is different, but right now the new guidelines is 110/70. 120/80 is considered pre-hypertension.
Well,
They changed it. But if you have a tendency to pass out, just drink water, warm water or hot water. Let the blood vessels
So-
relax, and BP can go up. Yeah.
that's really interesting. Does she say not to do medications and just to do emotional healing? Or
No,
does
she promotes meditation.
meditation?
Yeah.
But not
Meditation
medication.
and medication, both.
both.
She
Okay.
promotes both, yeah.
Right.
Chantel, could you share something with us? Your health concern very quickly.
I'm just listening in. It's my first time here.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't have any questions.
all right. Thank you. Swati? Swati is our member.
Hi, Mary. I'm returning home back from office, so I couldn't turn on my camera. So lately, I have been suffering from back pain, lower back pain, and I'm happy about my blood pressure. It's 95. I always thought it's less, but when you said 110/70, I felt a little better.
But at 95, what's your diastolic, the bottom number?
It's around 68, 70.
Okay, 100/70. If you ever feel dizzy, just quickly take a sip warm water. It will,
Okay.
then you recheck after 30 minutes after taking the water. Then it should go up.
Mhm. Okay.
Because one of the,
Okay. I'll check that.
and again, you
Thank
can
you.
contact me. You're a member. How to
Yeah,
get
yeah,
in touch with you? Yeah, I would give my. Anybody else? KM. Wow, that's a unique name. Are you from Malaysia? I see names like this from Malaysia. KM. Kementerian. Are you with us? Are you with us? Okay. Let's continue. This is getting a little long. Presiding officer, may I continue with the segment? Pramod has something to share, and so has Noor. Noor, may I invite you to give us an inspirational session for 2024?
Thank you, Dr. Mary. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, a very good day to you all. In fact, I was thoroughly enjoying the conversation. Wonderful knowledge being, disseminated today. I believe that, we all have this 2024 resolution thing which is going on. So everyone is asking, what's your resolution? What's your resolution? What's your Now, a lot of us cannot keep resolutions. Right? So many of us, we make resolutions because we think January is the time, the first January is the time where we plan for something grand, which we have always been thinking of, but yet 95% of us fail to accomplish our resolution. We're not steadfast enough. We are not resolute enough to see those things happen. And I myself am a victim of such a thought a couple of years ago. And something strange happened, like I started to think why I am not able to keep my resolution, right? I'm not resolute enough. I plan like I want to go for a gym and keep my weight in check, And by the time it is 4 or 5 days into January, and that's it. I don't want to go to gym anymore. Alas. So it happens to everyone. And today's conversation was uh, really struck a lot of chords, which I was thinking very recently. Now, childhood plays a critical role in anyone, and I believe very strongly that the ideas, the beliefs which we form during our childhood play a very important and a critical role in how we behave as adults. Very little of those beliefs change actually. Like, for example, someone said that, food, uh, the, the, the flavors of food are so amazing that you can't stop eating something, right? Now, this is a kind of belief which comes early on in your life, like it comes from your cultural background, or it comes from, but we never question those beliefs. We never ever think about them until it's too late, until we are affected by diabetes or we are affected by hypertension. We never think about them. Right? Now, someone said, I was watching this movie called Doctor Strange, and Doctor Strange actually, uh, when the movie starts, he's a very accomplished surgeon, and his hands are very important for him. And he gets into this car accident, and his hands are numb, right? It's broken, and he cannot move it. His whole life was dependent on his hand, and now his hands are, and he's handicapped completely. Now, he goes to a place, he comes to know about a patient who has a spinal injury, and this person recovers fully, right? Now, he goes to this place called Kamatad in Nepal, wherein he meets this person, and he says that, I came to know about this person who cannot move, but now he's playing basketball and stuff. How did he do that? Right? So the person there says that if you align your spirit, the body aligns itself. You heal yourself. Now, this might sound a very La La Land kind of concept, align your spirit and the body aligns yourself. Now, what does that mean? What does it mean to align your spirit, right? So it got me thinking. Right? It was in 2016 I watched this movie, but it got me thinking. Like, what does it mean to align your spirit, right? So today we talked about these emotions. Now I had this strong emotion of shame, which was there from childhood. I didn't deal with it. I just suppressed it with layers and layers of, uh, you know, uh, fortified responses so that I protect that shame. I never dealt with it. Right? Some of us never deal with the tragic sorrow or some trauma which we have gone through, and we just layer things over that, right? Did you ever think about that? It's very difficult to actually peel off those layers. It's very, very difficult because something will be blocking you and you don't know what's blocking you, right? You get tired of it. One fine day, it's it's the threshold. You hit the threshold and you say, whatever it might be, I'll go and look into what's actually blocking me, what's limiting me, right? It's my belief. It's the thing which I did not deal with. My shame, my guilt, my sorrow, the loss which we had in our life, we don't deal with it. We just layer things one one. The moment you deal with those, a lot of my disease, I was suffering from hypertension, I had high blood sugar, all of it went away once I dealt with my emotion. Once I dealt with my shame, my guilt, my loss, and I started expressing myself with wonderful people such as you, right? I have been very lucky to have met friends where I can resonate, where I could have a deep conversation about a subject, right? And that totally changed my life. Absolutely changed my life. Means health-wise. And I am light spiritually, I am light in my mind, in my heart, and in my body. This is primarily because of me able to resonate with people who had that vibe, who had that energy. Now, just imagine for a second, think of a person, one person in your life whom you can be truly yourself, fully expressive, fully you. Can you be with that person totally you? If you can think of one person, and if you have a name, then you're lucky. If you don't, then find that, or that person will find you if you have that in your mind, right? So, my dear friend, I urge you all to please look into yourself, see what is holding you back, and deal with it. Courage is not easy, my. It's not at all easy. But if you are standing there, you are doing it. You are being courageous. Right? I wish you all a wonderful 2024, and I wish you that you you feel light in your heart, you feel light in your mind, you feel light in your body. Back to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Noor. I knew you could come up with something really inspiring. I mean, we hear this all the time, but sometimes when you hear it from a specific person, it hits, it really hits. Thank you so much, Noor, for sharing that with us. I would now like to call Pramod. Your moment of inspiration, share it with us. 3 minutes.
Moment of inspiration. Good morning, fellow and future Toastmasters. So every year, like Noor said, we make resolutions and we break it on the third or fourth day, or maybe after a week. The thing is that we try to improve ourselves in a much bigger way than what is possible. That's the reason why we keep a lot of things on our plate, and we try to do 10 things at a time when New Year comes. So this year I decided to do just one thing. Incidentally, December 2nd was my birthday, and my wife gifted me a book. That book was written by Osho. The title of the book is Awareness. The book, I started reading the book, though I have not completed yet because I am reading slowly. I'm reading. I started thinking in a very different way. I thought about the people who are successful in their life. I thought about people, they have a lot of skill sets and a lot of information in them, but they are not successful in their professional life. And many people, they are so good at times and so talented, but they are not happy in their family life. Then finally, I understood that uh, the successful thing, or if you can call yourself a successful person, you should be emotionally aware about yourself. We call it as EQ. So there is a debate always going on whether IQ or EQ, which is superior. But I understand that EQ is much superior than IQ. Why? Because if you really want to have a peaceful life, you should understand your emotions and the emotions of other people. And what is the best way to understand EQ or practice emotional awareness? Buddha says it is meditation. It all started with the last words of Buddha to his disciples. So when he was at deathbed, he told to his friends, disciples, that Atma Dibho Bhava. So that was the last word of Buddha to his disciples. You be a light to yourself, or be illuminative, or you be the fire or light to yourself. That is the meaning of the word Atma Dibho Bhava. Be a light unto yourself. That means there are different type of meditation. You must have heard of a Vietnamese monk called Thich Nhat Hanh. Have you heard of him? Yeah, there are different kind of meditation, and this type of meditation that I decided to follow is mindful meditation. That is, observe the things which you do. Even if you are brushing, what was the last time when you thoroughly enjoyed brushing your teeth, looking at the mirror, feeling the bristles going into the teeth and coming out? How many times you have observed that? Or bathing is a meditation. Have you properly observed that activity? Have you properly observed while walking the atmosphere? These are all meditations that I follow right now. And I'm following a meditation guru in YouTube. It is called Sharon Salzberg. Sharon Salzberg. She provides high quality meditative technique to all. It is free. Sharon Salzberg. She's an amazing lady. Maybe you can go and search in YouTube and find out more videos about mindful meditation. This is so 2024 is more about discovering myself, going inside, understanding my problems, the panicking moments, the hedonistic tendencies, the goodness within me, and also the level of kindness that I am showing to myself. I'm not talking about others. So that's what I'm trying to do now. 10 days, yes, I'm doing. Maybe I'll be able to do it in the coming days also. Thank you.
Thank you, Pramod, for sharing a part of your journey in the past, in the present, and in the future. 2024, may the best be with you. Right, we move to the next segment, which is table topics. I would like to call upon KM, whoever you are. Could you just tell us a little bit more about yourself? Silence is golden. KM, calling on you 3 times. Okay, no response. All right, we're going to have a short table topic session where each of us are going to share how 2024 is going to make a new you. We shall start with presiding officer, Shihas. 2 minutes to share how 2024 is going to make you into a new you.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, for that opportunity. So I was just listening to all the wonderful thoughts that was shared before by Toastmaster Noor, Toastmaster Pramod, yourself, and Toastmaster Lisa. And what I felt was, instead of having too many goals or having too many priorities, we definitely need to come down to the list, maybe 2 or 3. And instead of going with a full blow, like start everything in one shot, maybe we can start building by building small habits and let that habit grow as we pass on. So what I'm personally thinking or planning is to take few things. So as I said, like I definitely need to work on my communication skill, and that specifically is impromptu. So that's what is going to help me grow as a professional too. So my goal is basically to read 2 books and start talking and start communicating with others. That's all from my side for now, and back to you.
Shanda, the new you. Tell us.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The new me includes scaling back a little bit and taking self-care. So it's kind of ironic. A lot of people today have talked about focusing on one thing. So I'm an overachiever and I throw 100 million things on my plate because I think I'm Superwoman. And I'm not Superwoman, I've learned. So like Shanda Fashion in October, I set all these wonderful goals for my business because I am an owner and CEO, and then personally. And January 1st came and I said, you know what were to happen if I were to scale back? What if I were to just focus on one thing in the business and one thing personally? What if I did those things really well? Would that make a difference? And I felt at ease. I felt so much less pressure. And so the number one thing I'm going to work on is self-care, because I have ignored that. I care about everyone else, and my business is my baby. So I'm letting go, and I'm going to take care of myself this year with more exercise and diet. Thank you.
Right on. Self-care. Yeah, we all need that, don't we? Even during the pandemic, we had time to take care of ourselves, but what were we doing? Mulling over, we couldn't go out, mulling over the fact we couldn't travel. There's so much of resistance to what was happening, instead of actually taking care of ourselves. All right, Lisa, are you with us? Tell us the new you.
Okay, so I'm here. The new me is all about networking. So I've been visiting a lot of clubs and spreading my message of taking care of your kidneys. And it's so important that everyone is aware of what their kidney level is. There are 37 million Americans. And that doesn't discount the people across the rest of the world. I just don't know those numbers. But here, there are 37 million Americans with chronic kidney disease, much of which comes from diabetes and just hypertension and a lack of hydration, a lack of exercise. And the biggest problem of all is people are not asking questions. So they need to go and see their doctor, have their labs done, and then understand what those labs mean so that you can best take care of yourself. And I see my role as going around Toastmasters and other circles and letting people know this is what happened to me and I don't want it to happen to you. So please take care of your body and be in emotional alignment and live your best life. What steps are you going to take in this new year to make sure that you are practicing the best health for you that you can and living a life of wellness instead of a life of illness? How are you going to know your numbers and eat for your best tomorrow? Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. I like that quote. I'm so happy to see that almost everyone here is concerned and want to take care of their health. Please, please do that, because once it is gone astray, the work to get it back is really not easy, really. So whenever you see something, nip it in the bud. Don't think it will just go away. It will not just go away. You really have to work on it. And most conditions are lifestyle conditions. Make an effort to change something, just one thing for a start, and we will see less people in the hospitals. Hospitals are flooded with people now, post-COVID, and we really want to see better health. And I am so happy to see that everyone here is focused on their health journey. It's really a journey. There are days that it's high, lows, twisted and turn, take U-turns, come back, trial and error. It's really a journey. Swati, The new Swathi of 2024. Share with us.
Yeah, like my New Year goals, I think I have to be consistent with my goals. That is my first resolution. Like whatever the next set of goals I have to be consistent with that. That's my first goal. Second goal is to have a proper sleep schedule. I never believed in being a night person or morning person. When people used to say I'm a night owl or a morning bird, I was like, what's that? You could change your schedules as needed. It's not a big thing. But now that I started working little early, like I stay in Pacific Coast, but my work's timings is Eastern Coast, which is like 3 hours ahead of me. Like by morning 6, it's 9 over there, and I have like 10 emails waiting for my response and meetings scheduled ahead. So it's so difficult coping up in the morning. Like, I can't do this. Looks like I'm a night person. Now I believe in that. Now I am strictly turning myself into morning person. And with this cold climate here, it's so difficult getting up in the morning. So that's my first and foremost resolution, to wake up early and get back to sleep early. Second is, yeah, to be regular to Toastmasters. And I think I have a realistic goal. I have a set target that every month once I have to do a task. Like I joined in mid of October, like November I did my icebreaker. December I gave write a speech with purpose. January I'm looking forward to. I hope I don't miss this. So all this 12 months going forward, I have a plan of doing each task every month. So yeah, other than that, yeah, just like everybody said, I have to take care of my body, exercise. So that's also not possible right now, because mornings, as soon as I get up, I go sit in front of the laptop. I think I should wake up early, give some time for my body, and then go to work. So these are my goals. I hope I'll be a better person in 2025. Thank you, Mary. Back to you.
As long as you stick to it, you will. Trust me.
Yeah,
The
I hope
problem
so.
is we can't stick to it. 365 days to stick to it is too long. We can't even stick to it for 5 days. What about 365? Now that's our problem.
No,
All
it's
right.
okay. 10 days are already done. I just have 355 days, and I'm excluding weekends and holidays.
Uh-huh. See? Already
So,
the cheap days are coming in.
yep.
Okay. What's not shared yet? GJ, you've been quietly timing us. Tell us, what's your new you?
The new me. So about a month ago, oh wait, let me start the timer. Yes. Okay. So about a month ago, this year I didn't sit down and make any resolutions. I didn't write anything down, but last year I turned 22, and I believe that at 20 we reach our physical peak, and then it's a slow downhill from there, especially if you don't take care of your body. And I started to feel it, when I got up, because I didn't exercise. My knees started to hurt. I started feeling like a small back pain. And I thought, oh no, I have to stop this. It's only gonna get worse if I don't do anything about it. So I went online, and I found a very nice coach that gives you a daily routine. It only takes about 10 minutes to do, and he gives you a lot of levels. So if you don't exercise, you can start from zero. And so I started doing that, and I do feel much better than I did a year ago. And so I want to keep doing that. I've slowly gone up a few levels, and standing up, I don't feel any pain, absolutely no pain. And just the small everyday things all feel a lot better. And so I want to keep doing that. And back to you. Thank you.
Thank you, GJ. So exercise is your goal. Again, it's health related. That's good. We have someone new with us. Jitan, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, hello, good morning. I'm Jitin Pansara. I am from TCS Beat Gandhinagar and I have total 12 years of experience. I just watched this and just wanted to interact with you all, so that's why I just joined it today morning. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being with us. Would you like to share your new 2024 you, Jitin?
Yeah. So I just have a resolution, like I have started yoga recently, before 2 months back. So I just want to continue that and want to be more physically strong, mentally strong. That's what I just have at new me in 2024. Thank you.
Thank you. Yay, yet another resolution for health. I'm so glad to hear that, because really health is number one priority by right. Health is wealth, and just makes you feel so full of life when your health is in place. All right. Anybody else who would like to share? I think everyone has shared. Arvin, have you shared? Yeah, Arvin, can you tell us your new you?
Thanks so much for giving me the opportunity. By the way, I'm from Philippines. So this 2024, I told myself that I will join as many Toastmasters club as possible if my work schedule permits. Because I work in a manufacturing firm in a semiconductor, and my work schedule changes every week. So I just came from graveyard shift. So I just stayed up so that I can join you. And this is the reality. So I'm living and breathing my resolution, and I promise myself that I'm gonna do this until, of course, I exit in this world, because I believe that in joining Toastmasters, it will help me to develop myself, personal development. It will help me to improve my confidence. And also, I will learn a lot, just like what happened today. And also, what is important is that all the learnings that I will get from this will be applied not only for my personal life, but also for my professional life. And I truly believe that when you're able to express yourself and you were able to convince the person you are talking to, it builds up the confidence in you, especially if you affect or influence the people you deal with in a positive way. So it's kind of adding value to myself, because I used to think that I'm just a so-so or average, because that's how people judge me or see me. But now I would see myself as somebody who can improve despite all odds. That there's no limit for as long as you believe you can. That's all. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, you're right. If I may ask you, which part of the Philippines are you from? Kumusta po?
Ah, I'm in Laguna, but I grew up in Manila. But
And
when
but
I
you
got
now you're in
in Laguna,
Laguna.
southern,
I'm in
this is
Davao.
you're in
Ako
Davao.
Davao City. Yeah. All
So
right.
you're
Anyone else? I'm
yeah,
sorry.
your neighbor with ex-president Duterte.
Duterte. Opo. Opo.
Uh,
Okay. So we have guests and members from India. Jitin, you're from India, right? I just want to introduce the countries. Jitin, you're from
Yes,
India?
that's correct. Yes, I'm
All
from
right.
India. Yeah.
Swati is from India, but she's right now in the United States. Lisa is United States. Shihas is in India. Pramod is in India. Noor, could you tell us where you're from? Kuwait. Bahrain?
Yeah, great.
Kuwait, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Shanda, United States. Arvin, you're right now in Laguna, Philippines, right? Yeah, great. I am a Malaysian, right now in Malaysia, but living in Davao City. DJ from East Coast of the United States. So we are from all over the world, but just look at that. We all have one goal. We want to take care of ourselves, no matter where we are. Anyone else, Pramod? Have you shared your new you with us? No, Pramod is in dreamland. Pramod, have you shared
Yes, Dr. Mary. You want me to
shared
talk?
your new you with us? We're going to close
I-
after this
Very
because it's
two simple things. Two simple things. I downloaded that meditation bell in my mobile, so it will ring every 15 minutes. It will remind me to be calm. I'm a short-term word person in my office and my home. So when I hear this bell, it will bring back my attention to my inner self. Say that you should not get angry. So it is working. It is just like somebody's. And second, we all have different circles in our mind. So the innermost circle is where your family, your children, or the person whom you love. I feel like my inner circle is crowded with too many people. So I'm removing one by one. You know. So I made peace with people. I told them that okay, this is the end. We are not going to meet again in 2024. So I'm removing one by one. But some are very difficult, but some are easy. So I'm just decluttering the inner circle. Noor is saying that you need to make more circles, my friend. Yeah, you don't know how difficult it is, but maybe you may not have experienced that. Very difficult because, you know. Okay. So these are the two things which I'm doing right now. So after this, I'll be the new me which I want to see. I hope you understand.
But every 15 minutes, your new you will be disturbing you. Don't be angry. Don't be angry.
Yeah, correct.
So how is that? How are you going to deal with that one?
This is really good. See, how do you bring even if you meditate, sometimes thoughts are coming into your mind. That's absolutely fine. If you meditate, if you close your eyes for 10 minutes, 100 thoughts will come to your mind. Irrelevant, relevant, fantasy, many things. But this bell will help you bring back your attention to the real one, or even concentrating something, or you are meditating. It will help you bring back your attention. So it's a very powerful tool. Even somebody is reminding you to drink a glass of water every 1 year. Maybe you will drink 1 or 2 more glasses of water. It is the same thing. So after some time, what will happen is you can do this without the help of the bell. Once you are, it will build a kind of a muscle memory that you will become the same person. So when you are calmness is a state of mind. When you practice calmness, humility, and all, it will become part of your personality. It is just like swimming. Once you learn this thing, you will automatically do it, no matter where you are. We have to cultivate this habit. For that, I think this will be a good, wonderful way of cultivating new habits. Anyway, let's try. There is nothing harm in trying.
All right. Can you share the name of this app, please? So disturb every 15 minutes. What's the name of the app?
It's a Plum Village.
Oh, okay. Plum Village. Okay. Right.
Plum Village,
right.
Or even if you search in Play Store meditation bell, you will get hundreds of bell. But Plum Village has got guided meditation lessons also. It's a free application by Thich Nhat Hanh. Wonderful. If you don't know anything about mindful meditation, it has a lot of lessons and a lot of practice sessions are also there. I think more than 50 practice sessions are there. Short guided meditation, long guided meditation, walking meditation. And he developed something called meditation in action. That is something different. Like even when you are standing for a cause, what you actually doing is you are meditating, or you are mindfully living in the present. So that's a beautiful concept.
Right. Thank you. Thank you for. Yes, Shanda.
I want to share something about meditation that I learned I remember getting into meditation in the beginning and I was like, this doesn't work for me. My brain doesn't shut off. And then I realized your brain does not shut off until you're dead. It's about calming the mind. So anyone that was experiencing meditation like I did, like this is not for me, know that your thoughts are going to come in, but you just let them pass by and don't go crazy with them. And then focus on your breath or focus on something. Some people use the hand, like feeling your 2 fingers and just focus on that sensation or your breath or whatever works for you. It's about getting your mind to the calm spot, but not necessarily not having any thoughts whatsoever. And that was huge for me. And once I figured that out, I meditate every single day now.
Nice, nice. I feel that anyone who can meditate or who is trying to meditate, the benefits are enormous. It's a huge, huge, phenomenal change when you start meditating, really. Anyone else wants to share? Nor, did you share with us your new you?
Every moment is new. So, how many of you have stepped into the past? Just for a second. Did you step into the past anytime? Did you step into the future anytime? So, none of us have lived truly in the past or in the future. Just our mind travels to the past. So, I strongly believe that every now is the new you. So, see, you are exactly where you are right now. You're exactly where you are. So sometimes we are stubborn, right? People tell us, okay, you have to take care of your health, you have to do this, you have to do that. But uh, we we have to go through the experience, all right? Our spirit longs for an experience, and we have until we don't go through the experience, we do not realize what is what, right? So many of us are sick or are happy or whatever condition you are in the condition because you are exactly where you are. So if you want to ascend to the next level, that experience will take you to the next level, right? Someone has to go through a trauma to go to the next level. Now you can tell them as much as you can, right? Some are drones. They just do it because they just have to follow some. But truly realizing uh, that thing, it takes you to the next level. So, my dear friend, if you are thinking, what's the new you and who you are, like for example, Arvind said that that idea that he is more than what the others have labeled him, and he has, he has dismantled that belief in his own mind that he can grow, and that's amazing, right? That experience is. So, my dear friends, so just to summarize, wherever you are where you are. Don't limit yourself with the social conditioning which comes along. You feel that thing inside you and be authentically you. You don't need to impress anyone. You just need to express. Right? So be yourself. That's all. My new me is me, but authentically me. Now, back to you. Red
Me
came
is
up.
authentically me. Great. Thank you. All right, we have about 10 minutes left before we close the meeting. Anyone else who would like to share?
Swati,
Jita?
Swati.
Swati shared. She said she's Swati?
Yes,
Pramod
sir.
didn't hear you, so you may want to say it in one sentence. What is your new you? In one sentence.
Early to bed and early to rise is my new resolution.
Okay. Pramod, you heard that? Okay. Jitin, did you share with us your new you? Tell
Yes,
us.
I've already shared it that, yoga, which I have recently
Ah.
started. Yeah.
Right. Jitin, are you a Toastmaster?
Yes, I'm a Toastmaster.
I think you mentioned you're from India, right? The
Yes, that's correct.
Bangalore?
Yeah, that's correct.
D120.
Yeah.
Is it D122?
Sorry,
Which district?
Gujarat.
Ah, okay. Ah, Pramod, your friend. Pramod is from Gujarat.
Oh, is it?
I'm from
Yeah, hi,
Surat.
Pramod.
I'm from Surat. We are at the other side of the
Yeah.
state.
Okay. So getting to know you session, we all now know who we are going to be. 31st December, our last meeting of the week. I'm going to come back and ask all of you, including myself, have we accomplished our new you? I can tell you we would have all forgotten what we have said. At least I think I will. Okay. So we're done for the day. I'm handing back the meeting to Presiding Officer Toastmaster Shihas, who is also our bonus feedback. Shihas.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mary. I hope I am audible. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for confirming. So we indeed had a great, insightful meet today. We had a doctor in the house, and she was emphasizing on the importance of being fit or taking care of herself. She spoke about care both at physical and an emotional level, which will help us grow as a better individual both at personal life as well as professional life. We had a couple of our speakers who also spoke about who also spoke about the importance of being emotionally strong, how we can prioritize things that we need in life so that we can achieve something. And there was a couple of speakers who spoke about their personal medical journeys. It was indeed a great meet, and we also came to hear about our members and guests' personal life goals. So I'm hoping that if they have at least 5, at least 2 can be achieved by this year end. And like Toastmaster Mary said, we should have a meet at this year end to see where we are in that particular journey. If there were any guests who joined today and would like to share their feedback, please share your feedback. And if you would like to get connected with our club, share your number with me and I'll help you out with this group. Last but not the least, I just have 2 messages before we can wind up. One is that was shared by Toastmaster Noor, that we have to be ourselves. And the second one was we need to live our best life. We need to live a life of wellness and not illness. With that, I'll just go ahead and close the meet, and we can just network for a while and continue with our day. Thank you so much.